Hi, and welcome to Marketing 305, Section 70 for Cal State San Bernardino. This is spring quarter 2019. I am your professor, Professor Dwayne Cofield. Thank you so much for joining me. The whole purpose of this video is one, to introduce myself and then also give you a little bit of background on me, a little bit of background on this course, and to navigate and kind of show you guys how to navigate the Blackboard system and where some of the things are in this course. So a little bit about me. My name is Dwayne Cofield. I'll give you guys, the easy way to Google me is just Google Dwayne Cofield and connect with me on LinkedIn. Usually, since I can't spell, we'll see how that works. So LinkedIn, just click and connect with me and you'll see my profile here. This is a good way to get a background on me, but just to give you a really brief background, I started my career at Cal State San Bernardino, and you can kind of look at some of the things that I have going on. But I started my career at Cal State San Bernardino. I was an undergraduate. I interned for the marketing department. I interned for the radio. So Coyote Radio, I was one of the first marketing people there, selling advertising space there, and trying to get people to listen to us, holding events and whatnot throughout the quads and all that good stuff, showing up to the basketball games. And that made my transition into radio. And I first began my career working at 96.1 as a ad sales rep, and made that transition as the digital age started to take place. I started to focus on that and started to make my transition into Los Angeles. Long story short, worked for Stevie Wonder for a few years at his radio station. Did that, got my MBA, opened my own businesses, and now I'm teaching and also running my businesses. So if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can definitely connect with me on there. I have a hair extension company, and in addition to a tour company. So both of them are there in addition to some of the things that I still do around the city, volunteering, and also the other campuses that I work at. So that's where you can find out information about me. And why I was selected for this is I have a really deep relationship with the people at that department, and I think the San Bernardino is a really, really good breeding ground for entrepreneur thought. So I hope you guys are not just thinking about jobs, but also thinking about starting your own businesses as well. Anyways, that's my spiel. But if you want to go back, we would start at My Coyote. So once you guys sign into your My Coyote, you would go ahead and click on Blackboard. And once you click on Blackboard, I'm assuming that you have a few different courses in here, just like I have my courses. I will click on over to Marketing 305 Spring Section 70, and you're going to go to a Start Here page. That's going to be the first thing you see is a picture of myself, yours truly right there, and contact information. So you guys can see my contact information, how to contact me. I try to respond within 24 hours. Email is the best way to get in contact with me. I try to respond again within 24 hours, but sometimes things happen, but I do. 48 is probably the max, especially on the weekends. I should have been a little bit more clear about that. 24 hours Monday through Friday, but 48 hours on the weekend, because I do spend time with my family and I try not to be on my phone as much, which is a good thing. And I hope you guys practice those same principles. But this has everything. This talks about the homework, where the homework is. It's going to be in Connect. Connect is where we prefer you to buy your book, so do not buy it from the bookstore. We get a special discount if you purchase the book actually from the manufacturer through McGraw-Hill Connect. We actually will get you a discount, so it's a little bit cheaper going that route. And it's an ebook. It's not even, there's nothing you have to carry, so forth and so on. But all the homework is in there, and there's weekly homework that's due. You'll be assigned 2 chapters per week, and you need to complete both the Learn Smart in addition to the homework, and you'll see both of those. I'll show you guys what that looks like in a few minutes, and you'll see that the homework is in the content section. So once we get to that, I'll show you guys in a second the content and also the discussions. We have a weekly forum discussion, meaning that you need to participate. You not only need to answer my prompt, but you also, in addition, you need to respond to one of your fellow students. So comment on their comment. So you'll get to see their comment after you've made your own, and then you can make a comment on theirs. The reason why it's set up like that is because we don't want anybody copying anyone's answers. Because if I do see that, or you guys try to give me verbatim out the book, I'll think that you're plagiarizing. So make sure that the original answer, put it in your own words, and be thoughtful about it. This is a discussion just as similar or taking the place of our discussion that we would have in class. So this is just a supplement for that because we are in an online environment. But it's 20% of your grade. So if you don't participate, you blow a few off, those 20 points will come back to bite you in the end. Particularly if you're trying to get a scholarship, you're trying to maintain a certain GPA, you want to make sure that you take care of all these little things, including the discussions, because they may seem insignificant now, but they'll come back to bite you in the end. And as I said before, all the information that you'll need regarding your work is in the content section. Your group project, you'll be assigned a group project. So you guys have already been assigned already been assigned groups. So you're already in a group. Make sure you check in, click on the groups tab to see what group you're in. Make sure that you send an email to the entire group introducing yourself. Find out when you guys can put together a consistency or meeting times and all that good stuff. So group dynamics are important. This is one of the most difficult things to do because you're not seeing each other on a day-to-day basis. It's even easier to fall out of line and kind of get caught up into the minutia of every day. So you want to make sure that you're tapping in with this class at least 2 to 3 times a week. Spend some time with it because it's one of those classes that, yeah, because we're not meeting every day, it may seem insignificant. I could just blow it off. But in the end, I get a lot of emails. Oh, can I get an extension? Or I thought the midterm was going to still be available, all this good stuff. When it goes away, and I'm not putting it back. So you want to make sure you look at dates, double check with me, send me an email, whatever you need to do. Extra credit will be available, but it's up to my discretion. Extra credit is not is not mandatory. It's a privilege, right? It's not necessarily something that you're gonna for sure get. If I don't feel like giving out extra credit, there won't be any. If I don't feel like this class has given me the effort to where they deserve the extra credit, then I won't offer it. But it's not a mandatory and it's not a given. So just keep that in mind. Textbook. This is our textbook. This is Karen's 13th. There's a few different marketing books. Make sure you find this one. It's the 13th edition. That's the one that we're actually using this semester. We may use another one. I'm sorry, this quarter. We may use a different one, but right now, as of right now, that's the one we're using. Your syllabus is right here. You can download that. It's a Word doc. Do not modify it because I have the original. So you can't call me on it. So don't try it. This is your weekly discussion format. Please provide well thought out responses, so forth and so on. They're due at 11:59 every Sunday. So if you miss it, or if you know you're going to go be partying or whatever the case throughout the week, go do the ones prior to it, knock it out. But if you're not putting in the thought, you won't get the credit, so it'll be a waste of time anyway. So you definitely want to put the thought in. How to receive no credit, 1 or 2 sentences. Even on responses, you need to put some thought in your responses. If you put in 1 or 2 sentences like this, you just, oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great such and such what you said. That's not a response. A well thought out response is you address what they say. You talk about how it's either insignificant or how significant it is. And you talk about how it relates to the course and how your answer may have been similar or different. That's the best way to do it. Rudeness, I won't tolerate that. So if you're rude, I'll kick you out of that discussion and you won't get points. This is the rundown on your group marketing project. That's a little bit too much information for me to read. You guys can read it at your discretion, but I would definitely read it. Make sure that your group members read it so that you guys pay particular attention to the dates, because those are going to be the most important things outside of the content on your actual report. So connect. You can click on here and it will take you to the course. This one will be adjusted because it's going, this link I'll adjust really quick because it's going to the wrong one. But this is the section that you'll be going to, and this is what it'll look like once you guys get there. So marketing principles, you'll go to connect, registration is open. Please check with your instruction. I will open up the registration as soon as I post this video so that you guys can actually see it, move forward, and start to work on your work. But once you go to connect, you'll be able to access the content, and I'll show you what it looks like from a student standpoint. So you'll have, if you're part of other connects with other classes, you'll see your courses here. And then we will go, this is the student view would look like this. You would be able to see your book, know how to contact me, download the syllabus, and here's all of your information, right? Here's all of your assignments, when they're due, the whole nine. When the midterms to due, the midterm is in May. and then you also have your final, which is in June. This homework every week, this is the where you find it. If you need to check in, this is where you actually find it. But you have to register for the class. Make sure you register for the course. There's a link included in there, and you should be fine from that point. I'll start to include different lectures through this video that with the hopes that it helps you guys. But there'll be selected ones, like I'm doing the consumer behavior lecture, but I'm not doing all of them. Scanning the environment, I may do that one as well. So be on the lookout for just random posts. I'll give you guys a heads up, and it'll be just like this. It'll be a video lecture where I can do some explaining and maybe give you guys some examples of how this stuff is actually being implemented in the real world. But this is where you actually will find, connect, and learn smart. Learn smart is a different deal, right? So learn smart, you have to do this. This is a smart book, and basically what it does, it forces you to not only read, but to read for understanding, so that when you read, you'll have to answer specific questions. I could turn up the content or turn it down. It's just based on the amount of questions. And right now we have it at a pretty moderate level, but you can start here. So you can start on this one, and it'll take you through a series of content, and then you go through the questions. So you'll look at the learning objectives. You can see that. What is marketing? Creating customer relationships. And you go through each one. It's not going to take you through the entire book per section, but it's going to take you through the important parts. How to discover the marketing program, how the customer relationships are built. And when you're building customer relationships, the CRMs, some of the Salesforce technology that's out there will help you develop these relationships so that you can send reminder marketing and things like that. So I'll be able to give you guys a little bit more in depth once I do these things, these actual PowerPoint presentations, and you'll see me drop them from time to time. But this is Learn Smart, and you have to go through the entire section. You have to go through each one. It talks about Zappos, which is an amazing company, and then you go through each one, and at the end it asks you a few questions. So goes to the next section, and you could just keep going, and then it'll ask you questions at the end, and you have to answer each of these questions. But it's forcing you to actually read the book so that you guys can't skim through it and say, oh, I read it, or I did this and that. No, this will actually show us if you read it or not. And it doesn't go through everything. It goes through some things that are more relevant to others, so it's not going to all be, just the entire book. But that's Smart Book, so you definitely want to do your Learn Smart portion of the course as well. I think I covered everything. Your groups. So groups are right here, right under in the grade center, and you can see you can click on a prospective group and kind of see what group you're in, and it'll show each one. So like for example, this is the current group. This is group 1, and you can kind of see who's in your group and kind of say, okay, I'm in group 3 or 4 or whatever the case may be. And the reason why this is important is because you're going to have to turn in what your group topic is within 3 weeks. You guys are going to need to connect, meet, and come up with that, hash out what topic you guys are going to cover. But outside of that, I don't have much more to offer. The weekly discussions, I can show you guys kind of what they look like and give you guys an example where they are. You can see on that discussions that are weekly, and they're in here. And then once you click on here, it'll give you the weekly topic. So you can look at each topic and figure out which week we're talking about on that particular week. Week 1 is still on customer relationships. It's slightly out of order. Just disregard that. It's just one of those things. I was trying to rearrange it, but it would have had me write the entire thing all over again. So I just chose to inform you guys, and hopefully you guys can take it from there. I think that will be all I have on this video. Other than that, I look forward to a very, very successful semester. Please stay on top of your homework. I do not want to hear excuses. If you have medical conditions, give me a heads up. Tell me beforehand. I know some things are last minute, but if you're going to skip a final, if you're going to do anything like that, don't tell me something happened to someone who isn't really, really close to you. And if that is the case, try to take care of it. The person, whoever's in the hospital or whatever, would appreciate you still moving forward with your education. So don't miss out, and don't give me excuses. Give me progress, give me your all, give me your best, and I will do the same for you. Enjoy. Have a wonderful quarter. This is going to be explosive. Take what you need out of this class because it can serve you for the rest of your marketing career. Thank you.